Hello and welcome to Queen Mary Questions, the show that allows you, the students, to ask prominent figures in Queen Mary whatever you like.
Hi, I'm Sophie, Deputy Editor of the print newspaper, and I'm joined by Ahmed, who is Vice President Welfare for Queen Mary Students' Union. So Ahmed, you claim in your manifesto that you want to improve student union events, such as Monday's Calling and Hail Mary, as well as creating more non-alcoholic events for minority groups. So what action have you taken on this?
So in regards to the first part of the question with Hail Mary and Monday's Calling, we actually went out. So I went out and surveyed about 30 people. Asked them what would they like to change about Hail Mary and Monday's Calling. Surprisingly, they didn't want to change anything. They really liked Hail Mary and Monday's Calling.
Okay.
So that left us in a dilemma, because if they already enjoy it, it's like with the Snapchat like the Snapchat update. If you already like it, why would you change it to something you don't like? So we decided that if it's working perfectly well, and this year the first Hail Mary had the highest grossing income. So if it's doing that well, we literally don't need to change it. But I think the biggest improvements we made are in terms of non-alcoholic events we've done this year. This year we've had the most international-based events and most postgrad events for freshers, as well as just in general non-alcoholic events. So this year we've taken real strides to try and engage the non-drinking community in QMSU.
And in your action plan, one of your areas of work is the Faith Forum. So you mentioned that you wanted to run 3 interfaith events. What was the outcome of this, and what has the forum worked on this year?
So they've actually done an amazing job, and I think they're one of the really main aspects that I'm really proud of. So this year we've managed to lobby the university to actually bring people higher up in university attendees and see how faith actually is with the students. So we've had vice principals, which not many students have had access to, speaking about faith on campus, and really lobbying them to understand how it's like to be students. So in that way we've had really good access to seeing how university can change the perception of faith. But in terms of the events we've done, they've done a lot of great initiatives, such as, I think one of the most notable ones is the ISOS Come Dine With Me, which was a huge success. I mean, it's free food, so it's always going to be a success. But it was a huge success. They invited people from different faiths to come and just eat with them and just find out about Islam. So I think they've done a really amazing job. But I think this year, the Faith Forum is extended. I think the most we've had is 8 members of different faiths coming along. So it's been amazing this year. And shout out to the faith societies.
Another one of your core priorities is mental health. You've organised events such as Mental Health Stigma Among South Asians panel, and you've also distributed Be Kind to Your Mind booklets across schools. So executive team meeting minutes also mention you writing a report on BME students and their use of the advice and counselling service.
Yeah.
So what impact do you feel that your work has had on mental health for students?
So I think firstly, I'll touch on the survey a bit later on, but firstly just in BME mental health in general, it's become, it's come into the frame of people's agenda now. Before we generalised it to everyone, and it didn't actually hit the BME population, where mental health is really a stigma. It's a huge stigma, and we really need to destigmatise that. And the only way we can do that is having people speaking about the issues from that group of people. So I think the biggest impact I have is getting people to actually speak about it, and it becoming a real issue that we're trying to deal with now rather than hiding away from. I think that's the biggest impact that the mental health stuff has done. I know it won't reach as many students in the first year, because it is only the first year, but it's really empowered people to start talking about it, so it does reach a wide range of people throughout the years that they are here at university. But there's a BME survey coming out soon. It's not just on BME issues, it's on all issues, to see if our mental health provisions and welfare provisions are actually suited for our Queen Mary population, to see if we need more provisions or what we can change in it. So that's coming up. I'm going to be writing a paper and sending it to Senate, which is the largest university body there is. So it's going to be coming to that. So yeah, that should be coming out soon.
That's wonderful. Okay, and could you please tell me about the most important issues that were raised from Islamophobia Awareness Month? And how do you respond to the prospect of the SU becoming a third-party hate crime reporting centre?
So I think the biggest issues raised by Islamophobia Awareness Month was the amount of Islamophobia that happens every day. So this can mean, I think there was a MEND exhibit that we brought in for Islamophobia Awareness Month, and we just saw how much Islamophobia is in the media, on our campus, and in just microaggression, just general, like when you're on the tube, people might not sit next to you if you have a beard, people might think you're oppressed because you're choosing to wear a hijab, different things like that. It just came up into light, and it really shone light on the issue that hate crimes are increasing, and Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, racism, all of them are happening on campus, and we really need to address them. In terms of the Hate Crime Reporting Centre, basically Tower Hamlets, due to lack of funding, has pulled funding from that, so we won't have a physical third-party hate crime reporting centre, but I'm happy to say we have brought out an online version, which we are publicising and we're trying to distribute to all students. So hopefully by the end of this year, I'm working with university staff to make sure that it's accessible to all students. And that will be around, so please do use that if you feel that at any time there's hate crime occurring on campus anywhere, whether it's from your tutors, your lecturers, from students, anyone, or even people, members of the public, please do report it there. And I think it's very important that we do address this.
How would people actually access that online? Would it be through the university website?
It's actually through a third-party company who does a lot of hate crime reporting centres. So it's called Stop Hate UK. If they go on that, they can report it straight away. It's totally confidential. Be sent to the police, and the police will deal with it. So no matter how minor or how major the issue might seem, I do urge you, please do report this.
It's all important.
It really is, yeah.
And what do you hope Asian Heritage Month and Pride Week will achieve?
I hope it will give people a platform to feel included in student union activities. I know a lot of people feel like they're sidelined by student union activities, especially with Asian Heritage Week and Pride Week. A lot of people from those communities feel as though they're not seen in the SU as something that are important. So hopefully this gives them a platform to celebrate their individuality and their culture. And really, I hope it helps with the hate crime, because hate crimes really happen. This is just from articles that I've read. It usually happens from not knowing about the culture. So hopefully, if you know about the people, hate crimes won't happen as much as they do. But yeah, it really gives them a platform. I mean, Asian Heritage Month, for the first time ever, we've had the Spring Gala, which is the Chinese New Year celebrations, live streamed in the SU Hub. So it's the first time ever that's happened. We've had loads of events. We've had the South Asian Mental Health event too. So a lot of things come out. Pride Week, Bethany, our LGBT plus rep, and Jack, our LGBT plus rep in arts, and obviously Lynn, our new trans officer. They've done an amazing job with Pride Week, so it's looking amazing.
Finally, what upcoming campaigns and projects are you excited to launch?
I think the most exciting one is that we're finally going to have a mental health app. So we've secured access to a mental health app. We're in the process of securing funding for it as well, which is very likely to go through, and it should be coming out soon. So look out for my tweets asking for people to come through for focus groups and things like that. But for the first time ever, we're going to have a 24-hour access to a counselling service, which currently we don't have and other universities do. So hopefully that should really help with anyone that's suffering from poor mental health.
Okay, so with the app, is it just primarily about counselling? Is that how people would use it?
It's counselling, and I think there's a section on advice too, and just general well-being. So there's the app's really smart. You can tell it your mood, and then it can kind of formulate that to send you motivational quotes, but different things that kind of uplift you and just try to make you feel a bit better. So.
Okay, well thank you so much.
Thank you very much.